Welcome to Sweet Talk SLP. I'm Krystle and I'm a pediatric speech language pathologist. And today's video is another episode of Sweet Talk Tips. But before we get started, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I invite you to subscribe. Also like this video and share it with your friends. Let's get started. So for today's Sweet Talk Tips, I'm going to go over all the different ways I use a dollhouse. Mine is taped in the front because if it's not, the doors will open and things will fall out. I cannot link this dollhouse down below. I have owned it for the duration of my speech therapy career, which is 12 plus years. So I have never seen one like it. I love this dollhouse though. And so I'm really sad that there is not, or I've not come across one that is similar. So do your best to find the dollhouse that works for you. I will look for some and link some down below, but this is my dollhouse, and so here it is. So here is the front. First, let's talk about it, right? It has a door and a window. There's a garage on the other side, and it has this little latch. I'm almost afraid to open it. I used to keep all of the things inside, all the furniture, in a plastic shoebox container. That takes up extra room in my car, and since I'm a traveling home health SLP, it just makes it easier to keep it all in here. So I do, you can see it's labeled. I used to work at a clinic, and so, or I've worked in clinics before, and so to make sure my things don't get lost, I have every item labeled with my name on it. So this, I dropped a chair, I think was what I did. This particular dollhouse has a bathroom, a fireplace, a desk, sofas, a TV, like entertainment center with a small TV, the mom, the dad. It doesn't, if it had a baby, I don't know what happened to it, but I don't think it has a baby. I think it just has the mom and dad. It has a kitchen table, it has the stove with a microwave, and then, you know, a small bed, little vanity set. So, did I label everything in here? Maybe not. Does it matter? Doesn't, right? Because every dollhouse is different. So, I just want to go over, as part of my tips today, how to use this at home or in therapy to kind of help give you all the different ideas of how to use a dollhouse. And maybe not all, but, you know, I'm sure there are more ways. But some of the ways that I use it in play, in therapy. First of all, I use this with usually the age group of 3+, depending on the child's ability. I love dollhouses for pretend play, so it really helps for that. For some of my kids who might be 3 and still in diapers, I really love it to go over, you know, using the potty because, you know, kids sit on the toilet and talk about it, and I feel like it's helpful to talk about those situations. So, but yes, definitely a pretend play, but I use it 3+. That's usually my age group for a dollhouse, just because of the, you know, smaller pieces that are involved with it. So now into specific things that I work on with this. I definitely work on, of course, pretend play in general. I think pretend play is very important, and having fun with the dolls is very important. I don't just use these dolls. You know, if I have little figurines, I might add them to the mix. Dinosaurs sometimes, farm animals. I use my mini food items from Speech Tree Co. and add them on the table with this activity. So definitely pretend play is a really big element, but I do add in other, you know, toys just to kind of make it more fun and to keep the child engaged. If they love dinosaurs and they want to use dinosaurs with the house, well, then we're going to do that. I love this for following directions. So either modeling directions or just asking the child to follow a direction. I specifically like this for following directions with prepositions, putting things on, under, over, next to. So really using the pieces in here and having kids move them about to make this, you know, and not in a very strict, you know, it's in play, you know, like, oh, let's put the mom on the bed. I love having them show me verbs with their characters, either the mom, dad, or whatever, G.I. Joe or whatever I have. Oh, I think mom is hungry, dad's gonna cook dinner, or whatever it is we're playing. So open the door, close the garage. I think this set also had a car, but I don't know where that is either now that I think of it. But that's another goal I really love. I also enjoy picking out things that might be speech related for some of my speech sound disorders. So I'll either put mini cards and hide them around the house for them to find them, or if we're working on very specific sounds, then I will look for them using the pieces that I have here or add them to the house. So for example, if I'm working on S-blends, I might work on stove and stereo and sleep. So I'll find ways to pick words that are targeting the sounds that we're working on. I love the Dollhouse also for labeling tasks, learning to label functional things. I don't expect all my kids to know what a fireplace is. In Texas, not every house has a fireplace because it's usually hot, not cold enough for us to have a fireplace. So they may not even know what this is. And so for me, it's not important to label this. Maybe important to know what a fire is and that it's hot, and for safety we need to be careful with that. So labeling fire, mom, dad, bed, some of the things that they see in their day-to-day chair that is functional for them, I want to work on, with those labeling tasks. WH questions is really great with a Dollhouse. It can be as simple as, what is this? Where does it go? Where is it? To something more advanced, like, what do you put on top of the bed? Ooh, mom is hungry. What should she do? And those hypothetical questions. So instead of using them with a picture card or a picture scene or just asking the question, figuring out questions that pertain to their goals that you can use with the Dollhouse itself. It's on my lap. I keep doing this. It's here. It's not set up. Usually it is set up and everything is laid nicely. Either, I put the things in there or have the kids put the things in there. So it just makes it easy to do those things. I like doing object function with this. What is a stove for? I love doing daily living things. So we've talked about, using the bathroom, talking about sleeping, washing your hands, cooking food. We might talk about safety with the fire, safety with the door and opening it, not opening it, or the garage, and things to watch out for. I spoke about working on labeling things. I also really like working on requesting for items in the house, expanding mean length of utterance, maybe helping them by modeling. It might be open door. Now I've modeled from open to open door. Not expecting them to imitate, but just so that they're exposed to more words to kind of help them out with increasing their MLU. I also like turn taking. So I might have one doll, they have one doll, maybe one doll is going to cook, and then it's the other doll's time to cook, or because this bed in my Dollhouse is a twin size bed, and really, they both fit, but we could take turns sleeping on the bed. And then sometimes I just hide these pieces all around the room for us to look for and find them, and then bring them back to the Dollhouse and just kind of play a game of Clue or hot and cold and trying to find all of the pieces to get them back into the house. So those are most of the types of goals and things that I work on when I have a Dollhouse around. I'm sure there's many other ways to use a Dollhouse, many other goals to target. And in fact, I'd love to know how you use a Dollhouse in speech therapy, or what types of goals you target with your Dollhouse in speech therapy or at home. Parents, I'd love to know, how do you use a Dollhouse with your children? Do you keep it very basic and just, play around with the figures, or do you add more elements to try to teach your child new skills? I want to thank you so much for watching. If you're not subscribed to my channel already, I invite you to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, ring that notification bell. You'll be notified of my weekly uploads. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.